This is Kelly Langella. She's 8 years old, a third grader in school, and she's a music video producer. Kelly created this video using a program from Electronic Arts called Video Jam. With it, you pick music, background, actors, props, and special effects, and you can create your own music video. This is just one tiny example of how computers are changing the way we relate to music. Today, we'll take a look at the growing field of interactive music on this edition of the Computer Chronicles.
Computer Chronicles is made possible in part by Hewlett-Packard, working with industry leaders to ensure compatibility across the board and across the network. HP PCs, you're looking at partnership in a whole new light.
Additional funding provided by Intel, makers of the Intel Pentium processor. And by Progress Software, client-server development tools for enterprise-class information systems.
Welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee. With me today is Frederick Paul, Editor-in-Chief of Electronic Entertainment Magazine. We're talking, Fred, about interactive music, and I mean, they don't sell records in record stores anymore. Music isn't just like sitting back and listening to somebody else's stuff anymore. You can sort of get into it now. You have two new examples to show us here of interactive music toys, I guess. One is called SoundToy, one's called VidGrid. Why don't you show us SoundToy first, Fred?
Well, this is SoundToy. This will be out on Mac and Windows any day now. And basically what this is a series of colored squares that plays a rhythm track. And as you move the cursor over the various squares, you get noises, harmonica noises mixed in with the track right in time with the background. Become a little blues musician.
That's weird. SoundToy. Okay, let's take a look at VidGrid.
VidGrid is a video game, a music video, basically a jigsaw puzzle.
Moving jigsaw puzzle.
Moving jigsaw puzzle. And we'll try it here. This is Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer playing along. We're sort of starting in the middle, and we need to assemble it into a regular video here. Well, there's the little eyes.
So this is a collection of rock videos, and you just have to put the pieces in the right place.
That's basically it.
They get harder as you go, I take it?
They get much harder.
So this is like
looks like a nose maybe there.
Trouble with a Peter Gabriel video, I mean, it may be that way in the first place.
Well, you know, after a while you start to figure it out. We're getting close here. And I think, bingo.
All right, well done. Okay, VidGrid and SoundToy, neat toys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, today we're going to look at this whole new genre of interactive music, from Bob Dylan on a CD-ROM to you on your own PC. Lots of pop musicians, from Prince to Peter Gabriel to David Bowie, are jumping into the new interactive music field. One musician who's always been identified with the computer scene is Todd Rundgren. We're going to start today with a visit to Todd's studio and to look at his new interactive CD, No World Order.
When Todd Rundgren began his professional music career, he was equally at home with music and electronics. Today, after 30 years as a musician, performer, and producer, Todd has turned to the CD-ROM as the vehicle for a new kind of technology he calls interactive music. His new interactive CD is called No World Order, and it features a series of menus that control the tempo, mood, and style of the music even as it plays. While there are over 1,000 4 to 8 second musical events to manipulate, listeners don't need to understand mixing to create their own versions.
Instead, we give them sort of a broad subjective control over the listening experience, and then sort of artificial intelligence in the program goes out and finds the most appropriate piece of music and then essentially butts it up against the last one so there are no gaps in between.
Owners of No World Order can be as active or passive as they choose. A standard mix is provided as a starting point, and the music will keep playing by itself like an audio CD. There are also familiar CD audio controls on the screen. More active users can customize the songs to suit their mood or purpose. For example, there is a sparse mix, which highlights the vocals, an all-instrumental karaoke mix, and an hour of dance tempo music for parties. It might seem that the artist's originality is threatened, but Todd doesn't see that as a problem.
It's not so much a question of originality being lost as much as the experience becoming abstract in a way, less enjoyable. And in that sense, what we strive to do is to maintain the artist's agenda. In other words, the artist doesn't want to cease to move people with what they do musically, but at the same time recognize that people repurpose music for other things.
No World Order is just the first step in what Todd sees as a revolution in the way music is experienced and distributed. Ultimately, he believes that online music databases will break apart the narrow channels of commercial distribution.
There's a lot of music being made, and there are a few outlets to expose it through. In any particular town, there are a couple radio stations that play any certain format. In all likelihood, they're playing from a list of 30 to 40 songs that they just play over and over and over again. So all this music is being made that people never get to hear. The idea, for me, the most appealing aspect of interactive music is when we take it online and we offer people huge databases of music and sound that they can browse through and describe experiences to, and suddenly discover music that they have never heard before.
For the Computer Chronicles, I'm Giles Bateman.
These days, music is not only an oral medium, but a visual medium, thanks to music videos and MTV. So we're going to take a look at something called Gumbo Vision that lets you create visual images to go along with your music. Here to show it to us is John Halloran of Troon. John, this really is interactive music. You have to do something while you listen to the music, right?
Exactly.
All right, show us how you use Gumbo Vision here.
Okay, well, this is a title called William Orbit. And basically, it's a combination of William Orbit's music videos along with our software, which is called Gumbo Vision. And the idea is that you use his music videos to paint pictures as the music plays along. You really do have to, like you say, you really have to do something otherwise.
So what you have around there is different tool sets, basically, I can use to mess around with the video?
Exactly. The inspiration was that, I think most of the titles that are out there these days were a lot more fun for the people who made them than they were for the people who use them.
So we get to use all the neat rock video tools.
Exactly.
Here. Go to Flavor, because that one's kind of
Yeah,
neat.
this one's pretty cool. These are just real-time...
So it's a strobe effect you're doing?
Exactly.
Show me some of the other ones.
We got Vapor.
He's going to vaporize the picture.
Yeah, this is Acid. Corrode, which is a good one.
So again, this is real-time stuff. This is something you do while you listen to the music. You're not just creating something to save it and play it back for somebody else.
Exactly.
This is a way of literally interactively being involved with the music while you're hearing it.
Yeah, I mean, your music is a key component to what we're trying to do here, because you're not going to music videos have not been able to be sold at retail, but here, if you put them in an interactive environment, it becomes a whole new different kind of thing.
All right, now you can also pull up any QuickTime video you have on your hard drive and do the same thing using your Gumbo Vision engine, right?
Exactly. Another title that we're doing is the 15th anniversary of IRS, and it includes titles such as The Fine Young Cannibals, which I'm sure everybody's seen on MTV. So you've seen this video a million times, but now all of a sudden you're able to kind of pull it apart, create new pictures, do all kinds of cool things to it, and it takes on a whole new life of its own.
This is kind of really like what we saw at the beginning of the program. This is a music toy in a way, right? I mean,
totally. Non-productivity software.
Right. I love it. Okay, Gumbo Vision, thanks so much. Sure. One neat thing about computer music is you can get inside the music and become part of it. One good example is a new program called So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star. Here to help us get our big break is Steve Rappaport of Interactive Records. Steve, this is really an interesting program. You can just sort of play along with it or really drill down and get some heavy-duty music lessons too, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, start out by showing me the interface so we get an idea.